Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into a Hump Day edition of the JP Peterson Show. It's day 2 of OTAs, I know that much. Welcome in. Thank you guys for joining us here at our special time, 1 to 3 o'clock tomorrow. Don't forget, we'll be at Riveters for a live remote. Johnny, the man, the myth, Gerber will be joining us. And also Scott Reynolds added to the festivities for tomorrow as well. Going to stop by Riveters and have some wings and beer with us. So
It's going to be a hair show.
Yeah. That's right. Well, except for me.
Well, except for you. But,
I'll be wearing a hat. I ain't going to battle with those two salads. Hell to the no. Tim Ham joins me here. Speaking of bad salads on the top. Anyway, how are you, my friend?
I'm well. I'm loving this 1 to 3 thing going on right now.
Oh, I bet you are. How are the Cowboys doing? Are they working?
Yeah, Joe Milton 3, JM 3 is already. Everybody's already talking about him being the starting quarterback.
Wow.
We got quarterback controversy in Dallas.
Wow. Dak Prescott, take your $60 million and go home.
Yeah. And you know what? That's $60 million per year. That starts this season. So we got 4 years of that.
Starts. Wow. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We got so much to get to. Man, I tell you what. We'll get to Rays. We'll do some of that today. Some other interesting things going on in the locale, but it's all Bucs. I mean, it's summertime, right? It's OTAs. We're going to talk Bucs all today. I'll give you my impressions of what we saw in the team drills today. Some interesting stuff. But the headline of the day to me is Hassan Reddick is in town. Hassan Reddick is in town.
As we knew he would be.
Yes, absolutely. He is a grown-ass man. He is a professional football player. The Bucs got a lot of young guys. It kind of reminds me, they got a lot of young guys. They ain't got nobody like Hassan Reddick. They do now, obviously. But it really struck me, Timmy. There's just some guys that are, NFL football players, a lot of young guys. He is an elder statesman. But, Mike Evans is a badass, all right? He is. But he's kind of a soft-spoken, super nice guy. Hassan Reddick is a very serious man. He's a very serious man. He exudes charisma. Like he is. We're gonna play his interviews today, and you will see what I'm talking about. This dude is in charge. And when he tells you he's been working out and he does his solo thing and he knows how to do his thing, you have no questions. You got no questions. You good. He has a certain way of telling you, don't worry about me missing some of those voluntary OTAs. I'm good. And my teammates are good with me. So, yeah, he set the record straight on that deal. And you'll hear it from him, from the horse's mouth. And a very, very charismatic guy. I just love everything about him. I asked Todd Bowles about him. And, you could just see. We say this all the time, and that's why I love going out to practice. The great ones move differently. They just move differently. He moves differently, and he knows exactly where he's going. He knows the exact techniques on how to close down a running lane. He knows how to, fight in a phone booth to keep it tight with these offensive tackles and get around him, use speed and power. And he's built, man. He comes at you at 6'1", 250, maybe, but he's built. You just he's thick in the chest. He has a big trunk. I mean, he's built, but he's also very lean. And the quickness and the speed, you even see it out there when you're not in pads. You just see it. And we don't have anybody like that. We didn't have anybody like that. Yaya Diaby's bigger, and he's athletic, but he's just not smooth, quick, fast twitch, power type guy. This guy has a little bit of everything. From a demeanor standpoint, he reminds me a lot of Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong and JPP. Oh, wow. Both of those guys. Kind of he's a little bit more twitchy athletically than Suh was, but he's got that elder statesman, I'm going to hold you accountable. Already, he was talking about Yaya Diaby looking up to him, Chris Braswell saying, hey, man, watch my reps out there. Tell me what you see. So he's already got that elder statesman, wants to help the younger guys vibe going. And
Chris Braswell needs to be doing that.
Yeah. And Braswell, we talked to him today, and he's more of a soft-spoken guy. And he said, I was trying to be perfect last year, and I was thinking way too much. I was overthinking everything. And you could see that in his play. Yeah. You could really, really see that in his play. He never really let it loose. So and this is why I think Jason Light and Todd Bowles are saying this guy's going to take a big jump in year 2. So I think we're going to see that. But there's so much competition for snaps in that room. Yeah. I mean, you think about it. You got Reddick and Yaya Diaby that are going to get the majority of the snaps. And then it's going to be, you got Anthony Nelson. You got 33, Ramirez, who might, get some snaps as well. You got Chris Braswell. You've got guys, and David Walker's a 4th-round pick. He hasn't been out there, though. He hasn't been out. He's got a hamstring issue. So there's a lot of competition. Anthony Nelson. There's a lot of competition who almost had a pick 6 today. And Anthony Nelson is a really, really good productive player. So they are very, very deep. This roster is deep. It's one of the things I love about this team. It's deep. You go to inside linebacker, Anthony Walker, my Lord, he's not even a starter, but he is leading the league in chatter and shit talking. That guy is nonstop. And it's funny because Reddick was asked about that, just asking about the chatter out there, because there's a lot of chirping going on. They're having a lot of fun, and it's much louder out there than it's ever been. And so there's a lot of chirping going on in a good way, not, there's no guys going at it. It's fun. Yeah. Guys make plays. The defense goes nuts. Offensive guys make plays. The offense goes nuts. So it's a lot of great competition going out there. But Reddick said, he's like, he's talking a lot, but wait till the pads get on. So we'll be able to get something, we'll be able to do a little bit of our talking on the offensive line when the pads come on. So it's that really nice competition that's going on. And you'll hear from Luke Reddick too. Reddick, I love him. He's kind of he's like the Shrek of the offensive line. He's like this good old boy, big. And I tell you what, his body has changed dramatically since he's come into the NFL in a good way. I mean, he is really a stout. He came in, he was kind of chubby, and not very athletic, and he has transformed his body and his athleticism into one of the best right tackles in the league. And of course, he was playing out of position his first year at left guard and was, terrible. But when he was moved to his position at right tackle, he has blossomed into one of the best, and he's in a contract year. So we'll hear from Luke Reddick as well. We'll hear from Todd Bowles. I thought Todd was kind of energetic today in his post practice press conference, and he gave us some good nuggets. So we'll hear from him as well. We're going to hodgepodge it around with some clips and break it all down for you. So this is going to be like 80-90% Bucs show, fresh stuff, everything from today, and just kind of things that we saw today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy it. By
the way, JP, we were talking yesterday about the 4 guys that Todd Bowles mentioned that could be coaches at some point. Anthony Nelson was the 4th guy I couldn't think of.
That's right. Yeah, Anthony Nelson.
Yeah.
How about that? He's a good dude and very productive, and he's super underrated. He's super underrated. He plays so well when he gets his spots. I think what he have 6.5 sacks, 7 sacks last year in a minimal, not a minimal, but probably got about 30% of the snaps, if that. So you love having depth guys like that. When guys go out, or when it's hot early in the season, to be able to rotate guys in, and you can really count on them. One of the things that coaches hate is when they got to sub in sometimes, and guys that are just, you kind of don't know if they're going to make that really, really big mistake and cost you a touchdown. Like you just like, he can play and he's good. He might make a couple plays, but you're always like in the back of your mind, you're like, he's not one of those guys. You can count on him. He's going to be where he's supposed to be. It's going to have, fulfill his responsibilities and read his keys. He's going to do all that. So good. He's a great backup piece and makes plays. Hell, honestly, his strip in the Panthers game in overtime, actually, without that, the Bucs don't make it to the playoffs. Yeah. That's just, and that's fact. If they don't win that game, they don't make it to the playoffs. So that's how big that play was. And you got to have guys like that on your roster. And you look across the board. I mean, their inside linebacker room. Deion Jones made a big play in red zone work today. So you got Deion Jones, inside linebacker, who's made Pro Bowls in this league, got injured and then came back and started playing with the Bucs. And you got Anthony Walker as a backup to Servassier Dennis, who had a great, tackle for loss that they celebrated on Bucky. They were going 2 minute, and he came in, blew up a play. So Servassier's having a hell of an offseason. They're really excited about him. And of course, you got Levante David. So those 4 guys right there are solid, and you can rotate them in, and you got good backups. You got everything. So across the board, and I asked Reddick today, and you'll hear this about, you've been on some really good teams, some very talented teams. How does this team stack up? And he's like, very favorably. We got a lot of talent across the board. So I'll let him finish that answer. So that's one of the things you really see out there, from a wide receiver room. Holy hell. Jalen McMillan had 2 great days. He got deep again today, didn't drop it this time. He made a couple of really good catches. Baker had some great throws, great corner route to Jalen McMillan. Who else? Got Tez Johnson, went up high on a corner route on a perfectly thrown ball, came down with it right, got his feet down. I thought Tez had a really nice day. Ibuka just continues to shine. He just every time Ibuka catches a ball, I shouldn't say every time, but he's getting separation, runs great routes. And when he is in traffic, he makes the play every time. He's like Godwin. When that ball goes into that, you see that space when 2 guys are in the same space, Godwin always comes up with it. He always contorts his body to shield the defender from the ball and catches it. And Ibuka has that same ability to do that. And you can tell Baker is already going to him. They do these call it periods where Bowles will just yell out 3rd and 9. Then Grizzard's got to call the play. Then they got to go out and execute it. So they did that a lot today. And it mixed bag. The defense is making plays, offense is making plays, but you can see a lot of talent out there. Now, there's going to be a headline, because I already heard a lot of the media guys talking about it. Baker threw 3 picks today. And he did. He threw a pick 6 that was deflected in the air. Jamel Dean came down with it. Jamel went the distance, and then he stopped and laid down. And Bowles started yelling at him. Like, get up. You can't go out on the first play. And so Jamel walked back. So I don't know how that works. But, Bowles was kind of going after him a little bit. I think that's the first time I've ever heard Todd Bowles yell at a player.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
not that we're out
thing.
of practice all the time, but he just he was doing it in kind of a jovial way.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. So yeah, he did throw 3 picks today and probably, frankly, could have had 2 more. So you never know what they're trying to practice. They're working with new guys, whether the guys did the right route, but it was a 2-minute situation at the end, highly competitive. And Baker got a little flustered and overthrew his guy in the flat, and Zion McCullum was right there, made the play, and that ended that 2-minute drive. So, it's a mixed bag. Everybody had a little bit of something out there. Roman Perotti had a pick 6 today of Baker Mayfield. He jumped an outside route. He's an interesting cat. 6'2", 200-pound, 4'5" guy out of Ohio, played for the Bobcats. Not Ohio State. Grew up in Fort Lauderdale, went to Cardinal Gibbons, 3-star kid. So, he's got a 35-inch vertical, really good athlete, but he wears number 46. Like, you can't be a good athlete and wear 46.
It's an odd number.
That's an awful number. Like, that's a kicker number. That's a second-string kicker number. 46 is like, you look bad as the defensive back wearing 46. But he's made plays, and he's very athletic. Like, he caught my eye athletically just going through drills. I'm like, who's that guy? I'm like, he's pretty athletic. I'm like, interesting. And, his hips move well. He flips them well, and he's doing the drills. He's like, okay. And then he goes out and makes a play like that. He's got some instincts to him. So I'm not saying, here's a guy that's going to make the roster, but it'd probably be a practice squad guy, developmental, who, if you're making plays in the secondary, they're going to find a spot for you on this team. That's all there is to it. So those are basically Rachaad White. Rachaad White, we heard from him yesterday. You can tell he's I don't want to say pissed off, but he doesn't like playing second fiddle. Now, he's got a great relationship with Bucky. They get along great. The room's great. But you could just tell, in a good way, he's not okay. And he made a move today. They were running goal line, and it was a call-it period, and it was like a 3rd and 3. I think Bowles called 3rd and 3. And I think, I don't know, but Baker checked to a little slip screen to Rachaad White out in the flat, and he got him the ball, and somebody couldn't see where the defender was who was one-on-one with him. And he did an outside shimmy and a cut back to the middle and just jocked him. Dude was a jock on the ground, and everybody went bananas. But, he said he slimmed down from 223 to 211, and he looks quicker. He looks faster. I think he got tired of everybody, drooling over Bucky and all his quick moves and his explosive moves. He looks like a different. Absolutely. Absolutely. He looked like a different cat. Because he said yesterday, I feel faster, I feel quicker, I'm making quicker moves. He showed it today. He showed it today a couple of times. And they lined him up outside. We talked about this yesterday as an outside receiver. And
I would love to see that.
And the linebacker walked out on him, and they just threw a quick slant, and he was gone. He had 4 or 5 yard separation, and he was gone. I think maybe a safety went out there, but he was, inside catching. He catches the ball so well. Yeah. Those guys that transition well from catching the ball to running?
Yeah.
Like this, and it's just effortless.
Fluid
some guys,
motion,
some guys, they're really concentrated. Their steps kind of slow a little bit, and they concentrate and they catch it, and then they speed back up. And then there are these other guys that catch the ball so fluidly, they never break their gait, and they're just gone. And Rashad's one of those guys. Bucky's one of those guys. They just snatch it and go. And he did that, and it's just so natural to him. So that's a great little tool in the toolbox for Gizzard and Baker. And I think we talked about this yesterday, and we get so caught up in, Gizzard's never called plays, but Baker's going to have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of opportunities at the line of scrimmage to change plays. And he's going to be, in the end, he's going to be calling most of the plays on the field. And that's the way you want it. He'll have a selection of 2 or 3 plays that Gizzard will pick, but when it gets to the line, he can check. And that's going to be a huge part of their success. So, nice. Anyway, let's get to the headline of the day, which I think is
before you get to this, JP, I have to throw this out there. More meaningless information from Tim.
Yes.
The three best number 46s in the NFL that I could find. And we'll call it a tie.
Okay.
Think Raiders, Todd Christensen.
Mm-hmm.
Think
I was
Chargers,
just going to say that name.
Chuck Muncie.
Chuck Muncie. Was he 46 or 49? No, he's 46.
He's 46. And how about think Philadelphia Eagles, Herm Edwards?
Herm Edwards, yes. That's 46 a bad number. That's a bad number. But those three pretty good players. But when you think about it, nobody wants 46. Nobody.
No. All these other guys on here, I can
as Rick says, JP wore 46 on the playground. Only he could make it work. I'm going to brag a little. I was an all-pro at every sport in elementary school. I added middle school since that to my
you did
my resume. Don't forget. Absolutely, 100%. Let's do a little comments here before we get the interviews. John Hill, for this Father's Day week on Hump Day, which U.S. president fathered the most children? It was more than Tim. Somehow, I'm thinking. Well, it just comes to my mind, maybe just because he was fat. William Howard Taft. Why do I think Taft had 8 kids?
They have to have a special bathtub in the White House for him.
Yeah. Didn't he get stuck in the bathtub or something?
It might have been a sex game.
Yeah. Am I right? Or is it James Buchanan? Those 2 names slip in the back.
Or was it
nope.
William Henry Harrison?
William Henry Harrison, says Tim. Well, give us the answer.
I don't know. Yeah, we need the answer now, John.
More right. Ritter says, big week for Gerbs and the dartboard.
Yeah.
Yes, from the Rough Podcast tonight. Johnny's going to join us at 2:30, by the way. Give our U.S. Open picks.
U.S. Open week.
He's still in, right? For 2:30?
Yep.
Okay. Didn't want to forget that. More right. Ritter says that the Bucs can pressure with those 4 guys without blitzing, giving up the back, and we'll be in good shape. That's the key. That is the hit. That is the key 1,000%. If they can get pressure with 4, that allows them to do so much more in the back end, be more aggressive. And it's always been anything. That was the key to the Bucs 2002 defense and their other Super Bowl defense too. When they played the Chiefs, they got pressure with 4 because, the Chiefs offensive line was awful.
Yeah.
John Tyler had 15 with 2 wides.
That's right.
I knew it was in that era, late 1800s.
I was thinking that John Tyler when I said William Henry Harrison. William Henry Harrison was only president for a month.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think, didn't he father a lot of kids too? I don't know.
Probably so, yeah.
But thank you for that.
That's a good one, John.
That was a good one. Yeah. More right where it says Nelson saved our season with that forced fumble. Indeed, he did. All right. So let's Christopher Cole says Reddick looks like the smallest edge out there, but he's you're right. He kind of looks small from a distance, especially without pads on. But when you get up close to him, like when we're interviewing him, he's a legit 6'1". He was in slides today too. He's a legit 6'1", 6'2", and his shoulders are freaking wide. He's got some wide shoulder, like he is thick, and powerful and fast. That dude is built, and he's a serious man, as you will soon see. So let's get to that, shall we? Yeah. I don't think this interview is going to be chronological. So I apologize for that, but I don't think that really matters. But let's just give you a little taste of Hassan Reddick. Hopefully.
Indeed, yes, indeed. He does have that permission, but
talking about Larry Foote, his coach.
He teasing, he messing around, but he, like I said, he's always been a great mentor. Whether it's been things on the field or
he coached them in Arizona.
Even I don't know if anybody, but even on faith, like getting with Foote in Arizona, that was something that helped me out a lot as well, being out there. And he was always somebody that was a safe place that you could come and talk to. And like I said earlier, when I came earlier in OTAs when I first came down, that was one of the reasons that I wanted to come here, because I knew he was here and I knew what he did for me out in the family at the end of the day.
Your impressions of Baker Mayfield?
Say it again.
Your impressions of Baker Mayfield?
Impressions of Baker.
A warrior, a hard-fought guy. I respect Baker a lot because he's another person in this league that has had ups and downs, and continues to strive to be as great as he wants to be, or continues to strive for greatness. So I have tremendous respect for him. I love his game. I do think he has a warrior's mentality, and I think he's one of the QBs in this league that's on a more physical end.
Hey, Hassan, I'm sorry. My apologies.
Are they mowing the grass back there or something?
They're mowing the grass. We got helicopters going by. It's a lot.
Somebody turned on the garbage disposal.
Yeah, it's a lot. All right, let me get rid of that one. Add this one.
He does have that permission, but
Oh wait, hold on.
Jets, the Eagles, the Panthers are all on the Bucs schedule this year. What are your thoughts on that? You're playing
All
every team you played for.
I would be lying if I said that wasn't, that didn't have a part of my decision making. But at the end
To come to the
I'm
Bucs.
just happy to be down here, back in a great space to play good football. Like you said, I've been in other teams, had great times, had bad times. Not really worried about that. Just worried about coming down here. Those things is behind me. Being the best for the Bucs.
Being a veteran in this league and having played and been productive so many years, at this stage in your career, what are you working on in the offseason to try and better your game, or maybe what do you continue to work on every week?
At this point, just my health. You know what I'm saying? Just making sure my body is in good condition, making sure my body feels good. As these years stack on, you don't recover all the way the same as you used to. So for me, it's just about making sure the thing that allows me to get out here and do what I do, keep it in good shape.
Hassan, you don't have pads on yet, but you went against Reddick the last 2 days, and then you'll face Wirfs in training camp. How much are you looking forward to that?
Extremely. This is where iron sharpens iron in camp, right? So, we're on the same team. It's going to be friendly competition, but it's going to be competition at the day. I look forward to them making me better the same way I look forward to making them better. Both as great tackles. You know, I know Reddick maybe on a little bit of the younger side, but still he has tremendous talent. Even playing against him in prior years. So really, really extremely looking forward. Just even being back out here on the field, man. It's been a great 2 days. Extremely excited, and I can't wait for Kent to get here so we can get to the season.
The Bucs drafted a guy with a similar profile.
He just exudes confidence.
He's got a lot of energy, man. I'm loving that energy.
Yeah, he does. I think we got a little bit more here.
Tape. What have you heard about him? What have you seen from him?
This was my first time getting around him.
David Walker.
Going through whatever he's going through health-wise right now. With that, we have had conversations. I've just been mainly, but like you said, certain guys that's practicing right now. I've been kind of like Brad as well. Those guys are asking me, hey, I'm about to go in. Can you watch me? Let me know if you see anything. So I've just been focusing on that part of it because, you know, like I said, they're actually out here practicing, and I'm just trying to help them.
You're obviously a veteran with a strong personality. You bring this reputation here. You're helping these guys. This is a team that's very selfless. How do you balance self and team and fit right in?
Sometimes people get it misconfused, man. Sometimes your own goals can align with team goals, right? Right. So I think that's the thing that's most important. Making sure that your own goals align with the same goals with the team, and as long as that happens, I think everything should be good. So, you know, I don't really have any individual goals other than people, how many sacks you think you're going to get this year? I don't know. I just know that I come in here trying to play great football and dominate the man that they put in front of me.
Don't you have a number in mind, though, in terms of the sacks? You've got to have a number.
No, I don't. Any year, especially the years I had success, I've never had a number. I just go out there and play ball. You feel me? Every day, I just take each day by day. I take each game week by week. I try to dominate that game, and after the season, you know, you play well enough, you do things long enough, you'll be exactly where you want to be. I will say this, maybe double digits. I don't care if it's 10. Maybe double digits is my goal. Maybe, but other than that, I don't got no outrage. You know, I just want to play good football.
You've been part of a lot of organizations. Where do you think the culture here stacks up compared to other places you've been?
I've been. It's different in a lot of places. I do think the culture here is good. I do think, you know, we'll be back. I think, matter of fact, it probably started really changing. I probably started seeing Bucs culture really change after they won the Super Bowl that year with Tom, when Tom came down here. I think that's when things started really, Bucs started really seeing that. I even started paying attention, like, oh, Bucs is all right. So now that I got the chance to be down here, man, I'm just looking to add to the culture, add to the team, you know, add to the family, add to the area.
We got more from him where he kind of, right from the beginning, he kind of addressed the fact that he wasn't here and how he does things. So we'll play that a little bit later on in the show. But I think you get the gist. This guy's a different cat. He is exactly what this team needs. And this is why I love being out there. It's one thing to do these Zoom interviews. It's a whole nother thing to look a man in the eye and ask him a question and have him respond to you. You just get a vibe about the person, who he is. And, you know, a lot of guys, you know, and you can smell the phonies. I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
You can smell the phonies. It's like, yeah. And that's why I like being out there. I like asking, because you know who's real and who's not. That dude is real. He's real. And he, like I said, he gives me a Dominican Sue vibes, JPP vibes, that professional guy that's going to hold other people accountable. Everybody in that room, you know, Yaya's third year, right? He's kind of the oldest guy really in that room besides Hassan Reddick. That's his room now. He moves right in, and everybody knows it, and you feel it, and it's not fake. And I've seen plenty of fakes around here in 30 years of covering this team. That ain't fake. And it's not a me thing either. I don't sense it's a me thing. He's not a Chris Baker. He's not a Deshaun Jackson. I don't get that vibe at all. I get and that's why I asked that question. You know, how do you balance self and team? You know, when you're going to go do your thing and practice and do get yourself ready away from the team doing the voluntary things. Guys want to see you come in shape. right? That dude is in shape. He is in shape, and there's no questions about it. And he just exudes that. And the way he explains it, you say, I get it. I get it. So I think this is a tremendous ad for this team, for all those intangibles that we just said, but the tangibles ain't so bad either. And when he says, I want double digits, I think that's because he's averaged double digits, except for last year. But the 5 previous seasons, he's been double digits, actually averaged more than that. But I think there's only 4 or 5 other guys that have done that. And every one of them's making $30 million or more a year this year. So he knows where it's at, and he knows what's at stake. And if he can go balls out, and with this defense, with the other guys in the middle, with Kalijah Kancey and Vita Vea taking up space and taking up blockers, he's going to get singled a lot. And if he gets singled a lot, he's going to be a handful to deal with. I love it. Love it. Very impressed.
Yeah, I just love his. I don't even know that confidence is the word I'm looking for.
Oh, there's confidence.
But there's confidence there, but there's something else. It's not just confidence, right? Like there's leadership there. It's the exact opposite of. And for those of you that were concerned that we were getting the Jets version of Hassan Reddick here, just put that out of your mind right now, because this is not that guy. All right, that guy was put in a position he didn't want to be in. Did he handle it wrong? Probably, but he's here now, and he picked the Bucs, and you can tell he is happy to be here, and he is ready to be here, and he is ready to be a leader for this team. And that's something that defense, that unit desperately needs. Somebody like him to go out there and get the boys together and just get it done, right? And that's what I'm hearing from him is that he's that guy.
I'll just keep saying it, and I think it's so fitting. It's Sue, it's JPP. When those guys came here, it added a different level of maturity and accountability that just wasn't here, and that spreads throughout the team. Yeah. Now, Levante David is a great leader, and I don't want to take anything away from him, but this is kind of just a different, and it's a different room. You need it at 3 levels, right? You got Winfield in the back end, you got Levante David in the linebacker room, and now you got this guy up front in Vita Vea. And these are the elder statesmen. The great mix of youth and experience is what wins in this league, and you got to have it all. And this is a tremendous ad. And I just, for $14 million, by the way, this is not, you didn't have to go trade a 1 and a 2 and and pay this guy $40 million a year to come here. You didn't have to do any of that. So you didn't blow up your cap. You didn't get rid of any resources. You just signed a guy that's serious about making. And listen, if he goes out and gets 15, the Bucs will gladly pay him. They will gladly pay him and to keep him around. But he's going to have to go out and prove it. And I love it. Absolutely love it.
You hope, and you can only hope, that Hassan Reddick's prove it deal ends up being as productive as Baker Mayfield's prove it deal.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Jason Light has a way of working those things out. So,
all right. We will take a break here and come back on the other side. We got lots more to get to. We got more Hassan Reddick that you got to hear. We got some great Todd Bowles that you got to hear. We have some really fun Luke Gedicke stuff. I love that dude. What I call him, he's the dancing bear. He's the Shrek. He's that guy. And I love, and he's a hell of a football player, by the way. Really good. We're brought to you by the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVES lawgroup.com. They are local, they are trusted, and they always get results, big results for you. If you go with some of those bigger firms, sometimes you can get lost in the shuffle, and they don't know the local legal landscape like the Jeeves Law Group does here. Offices in both St. Pete and Tampa. So go with the local, JeevesLawGroup.com. And our first hour is presented by OnSiteConstructionFL.com. Jason Fawcett is the man over there. He will do a free consultation with you. Come out to your house. You can share some ideas about how to hurricane-proof your house. But more than anything, get on the list. So you'll have your contractor, and they'll put you on the list. So when the hurricane does come and you're looking for an honest contractor and all these knuckleheads are running around knocking on your door, you'll know who you're going with and when it's going to be done. OnSiteConstructionFL.com. Take that advice and get her done. Back in 3. Stay with us. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Spring means a time of renewal and Rays baseball, and the folks at Italiano Insurance want to welcome the Rays to Tampa and remind you it's time to renew those insurance policies with the now famous Italiano Insurance Checkup. Let the experienced and friendly agents shop your policy for the best price and coverage. Famous for saving me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year and over $500 on our homeowners. Now that's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Costs less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a big whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with the all-star agents at Italiano Insurance. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Rays! JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park, so free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Are you looking to renovate your home, rebuild after the hurricanes, or build your dream home from scratch? Well, let me tell you about my friend Jason Fawcett and On-Site Construction. They have over 1,450 satisfied clients, 25 years of experience, over 500 designs, and a talented team of over 40 construction professionals. They believe building something exceptional begins by truly focusing on all the details, even the smallest ones. We understand that construction can be a daunting process, and we're here to make it as smooth and stress-free as possible. Quality is non-negotiable at On-Site Construction. We use the finest materials, employ the most skilled tradespeople, and adhere to the highest industry standards to deliver a product we're proud of and that you're going to love. Our project management is meticulous with a focus on completing projects on time and on budget. Your happiness is our primary driver. So give us a call at 813-579-5789 or check out our incredible website at onsiteconstructionfl.com.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here, brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. Tomorrow is the big remote. We are going to be giving away front row tickets to a Rays game. Must be present to win. Johnny Gerber is going to be there watching the U.S. Open, commenting on the Open. So we're having a U.S. Open watch party. We're going to watch the hockey game there tomorrow night. We're going to be giving away swag. Johnny's bringing swag, right?
He is.
He's bringing swag. Okay, so see this beautiful hat right here that I love wearing? We'll be giving away some of those. He might have some golf balls to give away. Who knows what Johnny's giving away? He's got all the
signed golf balls. He might just autograph some stuff for you.
Oh, now we're talking about and if that weren't enough, Scott Reynolds is going to stop in and we're going to go over all the 3 OTAs. So we got wings, We got beer. We got hockey. We got Rays tickets to give away. What else? I mean, we got Johnny Gerber.
And Johnny live, and Scott Reynolds live, and you got me on video that you won't be able to see, but you can hear me.
Yeah.
Probably how I should be seen and not heard, right? I mean, heard and not seen.
If you can't make it over to happy hour for that, plus $3 domestics, $5 wells, the incredible chicken dip, chicken. Oh, I love the buffalo chicken dip for $8. That's a meal right there. It's a meal right there. So come on over. We're going to get, we'll probably get a little liquored up. I would think the show goes from 5 to 7, and then we're going to hang out and watch the hockey game and watch the end of the U.S. Open. So, and those guys, man, they're going to be bitching. Oh, Oakmont is just a bear.
Oh, they're already complaining.
Oh, my God.
I saw Ben Griffin posted some stuff on TikTok yesterday when he was out playing his practice round, and he was filming, and he's like, hey, y'all, check out the rough at Oakmont. And he looks down, he drops his ball. He just drops it, and it disappears. Like you can't even see it. I was like, oh, God, this is going to be fun. That's why I love the U.S. Open, man. I love when the course wins.
Oh, it's going to win. Yeah. It's going to win this week. Holy shizbang, is it going to win? All right, Destin, by the way, we're brought to you not only by Riveters, but the great folks at Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Flood insurance is a must, folks. Sometimes your mortgage says, yeah, you don't need it. You're not in a flood zone, but you need it because so many people that were not in flood zones got flooded over the past couple of years, and they paid dearly because they did not have flood insurance. Don't let that happen to you. Call Italiano Insurance, and I think most of the time you have a 30-day waiting period for your insurance to kick in. So do it now before hurricane season really gets cranked up. 813-877-7799.
We're already full bore hurricane season out in the Pacific, so we're just waiting for the storms out there in the eastern part of the Atlantic.
Tsunamis?
Africa.
No, what are they called? They're not tsunamis. They're tsunamis is the waves. My fault. It's
cyclones.
Cyclones. Yes, cyclones.
Out there, yeah.
Yeah. I'll do a little quick Rays thing here. We'll do a little bit more later on. For the Rays, it's just one game. The bats were silent for one game. When it's more than 2 consecutive games, that's an issue. Right now, it's premature. They scored 10 runs in Monday night's game. Well, listen, I know why they scored 1 last night. It's the lineup. Yandy Diaz does not need to be at the top of the lineup. What are we doing with that? When he gets his 1 hit, we need it to be with runners on base. The guys that preceded him, Mangum and Jansen, 1 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Caballero, who was the only guy he is a menace on the bases. I love that guy. Caballero is he may be I'm going to say our MVP right now, but maybe Camanero's the MVP.
Yeah.
But he is an absolute versatile force. There's so much he can do on the base passing because he's got 21 steals now, leading the American League. Plays outfield, plays shortstop. It's a tremendous defender everywhere he plays. Love that guy. And then you got Diaz in the leadoff position. I just don't like him there. Then Brandon Lau, who was not good last night, a couple of strikeouts. Caminero was 0 for 4. And Aranda hit the ball hard, I think 4 times or 3 times, and had nothing to show for it. And then you have the black hole in the 5-hole, Christopher Morel. You put Christopher Morel in the 5-hole, you ain't scoring jack. I know he got a 3-run homer the other day, but I'm going to keep crapping on that guy because when I do, he actually comes up with some type of pulse.
What is Kevin Cash doing?
213, 288, 383. This guy slashes. He's awful, and he's showing no sign. He ran into one the other day. But why are you putting him in the 5-hole? And he made a terrible play in the outfield as well. Chandler Simpson's going 5 for 5 at Durham, and this knucklehead is still batting 5th in my lineup? Are you serious?
I know I've asked this before, but do you think this is a make-a-wish situation where he's just letting sick kids make the lineup?
I thought you were saying Morel petitioned the Rays for a make-a-wish. I want to play one more major league season.
I mean, it could be.
Please.
Is he sick? Do we think he's sick for something?
Yeah, we're not making fun of those kids, but we're like,
No.
yeah, like it doesn't make sense. So this is the line. You Diaz, Bilal, Caminero, Aranda, Morel. J-Lo's in. Why is he in the 6 hole? Why is he betting below Morel? Josh Lowe. I mean, what do we? Caballero. Why is he down there? Mangum. Yeah, Mangum's at 296. He's in the 8 hole. Morel's in the 5 hole. What are we doing? And Morel gets 4 at bats. J-Lo gets 3. Caballero gets 2. Mangum gets 2. I mean, 3 at bats probably. Come on, what are we doing? When we could be putting out a lineup with Chandler Simpson leading off, Yandy Diaz in the 2 hole, Bilal in the 3 hole, or I'm going to put Josh Lowe because we were going up against Giolito last night, a right-hander who was pitching terribly, had a 10.46 ERA over his last 4 games, but somehow masterfully took care of the Rays last night. So I'm going Chandler Simpson lefty to lead off against Giolito. And then I got Yandy in the 2 hole because he can hit anybody, moving him over, smacking the ball around. Then I got Caminero or Bilal in the 3 hole. Then Caminero in the 4 hole. Then I'm putting Josh Lowe in the 5 hole. Then I got Aranda in the 6 hole. Or you can have either one of those. I certainly don't have Chris Morel in the middle of that. Why would you have Morel in the middle of that when you got Aranda, J-Lo, and Caballero, and Mangum? Like he's the pitch around guy. Right in the middle of the whole damn thing. Oh, what are you doing? What are we doing? And Chandler Simpson should be playing every day. I know they're winning and they're 16-5, but Chandler Simpson was a part of that 16. What that lineup sucks. Morel in the what? Why is Morel in the 5 hole? Separating J-Lo and Caballero and Mangum. And even Jansen's starting to hit a little bit. But wait, why do you put him right in the middle of the whole shebang? For what? That's why you scored 1 run last night. All right, that's enough of my Rays rant. Done with you people. Done.
Oh, Kevin Cash. Always supporting the sick kids.
I don't think you can say that.
Why? You can't say he's supporting sick kids? That's a good thing.
What other reason do you have to put Morel in there? Because you're trying to trade him? You're trying to rehabilitate this guy? Forget it. It's never going to happen. Eric, Neander, love you, brother. But can we just say you screwed up and get rid of him and move on? Please.
Yeah.
Oh, this is bad news. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys passed away.
Stay hard, Brian.
B's like, oh, I'm still getting over Pee Wee Herman. Who's not? David Bartleson said, loving these answers from Hassan Reddick, right? He just takes control. Yeah. Rick says, JP did mention JP for that research into Reddick. He pursued the internet looking for shirtless photos. You know what? You're not going to find any shirtless photos of him because he's all business. I don't like JTS. Rick says quiet strength. That's what Hassan Reddick hits. Yeah, it's quiet strength. B said, JP, did you switch schedules at McDonald's? I did. My fries are better than your fries. What else we got here? Rick says, damn, B, this gives him more time to wash Stu's cars. Hey, that's all. Wow. You guys are so mean today. Andre All Day 20 says, what will the Bucs record be today? Scott Reynolds says he's going 12 wins. He's going 12 wins. I think that's where I'm going to be.
I don't disagree with that.
I might go 11 because I think the schedule's difficult. When
we went through the schedule and they released it,
what did I say? 11 and 6.
You had it at 12. Yeah, you were.
I have it 12. All right. 12, 11. Right in that number. I've nailed it the last couple of years, so Let's go. Well, Todd Bowlesby talking about the tush push. No, I don't think so. He didn't talk.
He never wanted to ban it. He was like, let's just figure out a way to stop it.
Yeah, he's talked about it a lot. And he was for not banning it, but the Bucs did vote to ban it, and I think rightly so. David Bartleson says 13 plus wins. I think it's a little ambitious. It's a little ambitious.
That's a tough schedule, man.
One of the AIs predicted them to go undefeated.
Allen Iverson?
That's a defective AI. Indeed it is. Yes, AI doesn't know everything, by the way.
No.
Just in case you didn't know, it is very fallible, and will soon run your life, by the way, and destroy the earth. Andre all day says, "I'll say the Bucs have a 12-5 record and go either deep into playoffs or win the Super Bowl." You know, I've said this many times on this program, and I'll say it again. You know, I don't think we talk enough about last year losing to the Redskins. I don't think we don't. We and it's past, it's ancient history. But this team, they should be really pissed off about that. Really pissed off. There's no reason they would have shot. I mean, I'm not think the Commanders were a good team at the end of the year. We were better. We should never have lost that game.
No, they didn't play well.
I am gonna punish myself this weekend. I'm gonna go back and watch that.
Watch it?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. And I'm gonna come in here on Monday and be really angry. Because it just goes, I think I look at this roster and I'm like, damn. And a lot of it was here last year. Now, again, we said this last year I said, I think this team can go win a couple playoff games. They're going to win the division and win a couple playoffs games. I was wrong about that. But I said the next year when we go add an edge rusher, either in the draft or through free agency, and we have one more draft for Jason Light and his boys to work his magic, that team's going to be ready to win the Super Bowl. That team is going to be the team. That's this team. And I think they're absolutely capable of winning the Super Bowl. No question about it. Capable. And not a lot of teams can say that. There's 22 teams, maybe 24 that can't say that. But they're one of them that can. And I think that's fair. AI got that part right.
Yeah.
Cody says, "G'day, mates. Can Reddick drop into coverage for Todd Bowles' defense?" It's a great question, Cody. You have a very keen eye for things like this. I asked him that question, as a matter of fact, and I think we have it here. Sorry, I'm did not have time to label my videos, so we may have to get that to the next break. Here, how about a little Todd Bowles? Would you like a little Todd Bowles?
Let's do it
today. Let's see what Todd has to say.
Games are the toughest ones you play against because they know you better than anybody else, and you know them better than anybody else. So no matter, you can add a few wrinkles, but it's going to come down to execution. It's going to come down to who makes less turnovers and understanding. So the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers, they're all going to be tough games every year.
That's it. Well, that was a throwaway part. Sorry about that, guys. That was not the good stuff. I apologize for that.
That was not the most revealing discussion from Todd Bowles, was it?
This just in. Division games are tough. Yeah, my bad. My bad. All right, I think we played this one as well, so we'll remove that from the studio. All right, let's try this one.
At any time.
Yeah, it's just Luke.
Bucky, I mean, and Rashad, all the running backs for that matter. I mean,
Luke Reddick, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, just knowing that up front, I mean, we trust the heck out of those guys back there. We try and do our job up front, and they make us look good at the end of the day and everything. And I mean, they hit the hole hard. They run hard. They have great vision for the field and everything. And it's really exciting to watch them break off runs and everything.
How rough was it finishing the last 2 years in a row in rushing and then making the breakthrough last year?
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously not. I mean, that falls a lot on the O-line. So yeah, it's very disappointing. I mean, outside of like what we can control, I mean, we were working our tails off. It just wasn't going our way, I guess. I mean, we were trying to execute, but yeah, I mean, obviously the numbers showed we finished.
Is that Matt Matera?
2 years in a row. I mean, I think there's other.
But asking the question?
Yeah.
But I mean,
no, that was
Ira.
You were able to come back so successfully from the concussion last year.
Mm-hmm.
You played with the Guardian cap. Is that something that you're going to continue to
Guardian
do this year?
Yeah. I mean, I noticed no difference. Like, it's not like it's a weight difference or anything. Like, there's literally no difference in me wearing it, and if it helps, even a tiny percentage. I mean, might as well wear it. I mean, we only have one brain. It's not like a knee or something you can get replaced.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
some of us, for some people,
some of us don't have that.
Yeah.
So, and most of them are commenting today. Talking to you, B. Talking to you, B. Throw stuff at B. You get it right back. B does not stand for brain. That's for damn sure. Oh. Throw Throw down. All right, let's do this one. See what we got here.
Yeah.
More Luke.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the beginning of it. Talking about the cut and cure. He had some extensions in.
It's been great. I mean, to get back out here with completely all the guys and stuff, it's been a lot of fun. Just kind of piecing the offense together and kind of growing on last year and everything like that. I mean, it's been a great time. Yeah, as you guys can tell, it's hot, but that's Florida. But yeah, really having a good time and everything.
First impressions of the guy that just walked past you?
What's that?
First impressions of the guy that just walked past you?
I mean, he's a good pass rusher. I mean, he's quick. He presents power as well. I mean, he has good hand usage. He's definitely he's a great pass rusher. I mean, he's shown that in the NFL. I mean, he's proved himself already, and we're grateful to have him here.
Gonna have some battles in training camp?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we already have battles in minicamp. I mean, yeah.
How is that making you better? Because he just talked about it, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
You guys get to go up against each other every day.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, to piggyback off he says, yeah, he couldn't have said it better. I mean, yeah, that only helps us out as tacklers. I mean, being able to go up against great competition like that, just only
Damn
makes us
helicopter.
better. And even I mean, you're not going to win every rep, but it helps when you lose a rep out here and you can analyze what you did wrong versus losing in a game and it's broadcast everywhere and potentially lead to winning or losing a game. So it's great.
Is that Baker just showing up to practice on the helicopter?
You know that ain't him. You know that ain't him. He's not that guy. He never. Here. I think this is this stretching. Listen to the soundtrack. Guess who was in charge of the playlist today?
Oh no. Oh, Jason, bringing out his iPod.
He was at both Metallica shows this weekend. So today the boys stretched to Enter Sandman.
You think any of those guys know who Metallica is?
Not a chance. Maybe Gedicke.
Yeah.
Maybe Gedicke.
Maybe some of the white guys.
Baker does, yeah. Or if you played at Virginia Tech, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that was cool because normally it's hip hop out there, and they got some good stuff going. Although Bowles likes the classic Motown, so we'll get out there. Yeah, we'll get some good Motown going out there on the playlist as well.
R&B, huh?
Yeah, but usually it's rap or hip hop going. So today was nice. It's a nice break to have a little Enter Sandman. They played a couple of Metallica songs for stretching, so that was good. That was fun. All right, let me do a couple more comments, and then we'll come back, and I got some more Hassan Reddick, and we got Bowles to give you, and Johnny Gerber's coming up at 11:30 as well. Chris Cole says Edmonton needs to keep their composure tonight. They do, but they also need to continue to play that way and match the dirty intensity of the Panthers, who seem to get away with everything. I tend to agree with Evander Kane that it seems like this, they do the extracurricular stuff, they get called. The Panthers do it, they don't. They hit late, they don't get called. I mean, I know I sound like a broken record on the Panthers, but that's what I see every game. If Edmonton can just come back tonight and win a game, which I think they're capable of doing, the Panthers are good. But Draisaitl and McDavid have been driving this thing, and if they can continue to do some stuff on the power play, they got a shot. That said, I don't know. I think it's the Panthers here.
Yeah.
Michael Lewis says, how about these nicknames? Front 5-0. I like that.
That's not bad.
The front 5-0, because Vita's 5-0, and then you got Reddick on one side who's wearing 5, and Diaby on the other side that's wearing 0. So the front 5-0.
Uh-huh.
I like that. Pirate 5-0 or Tampa Bay 5-0. Kind of like the front 5-0.
I do too.
Yeah. I think you got something there, Michael. Let's get the shirts. Let's get the shirts ready for that. Tim Witherspoon says 12-5. Not that 12-5, 11-6. Right. Both of those are going to get the job done. Get your home playoff game, maybe 2.
Atlanta's not winning more than 10. I tell you that right now.
What's that?
Atlanta's not winning more than 10. Probably a 9-win season for Atlanta.
I mean, listen, Michael Penix, what was he, 1-2 last year? A couple, that was his record. I think he threw a couple touchdown passes, 3 picks. And watching him play, I thought he looked good. I thought he looked really good in a situation where he wasn't getting a lot of 1 reps, just coming into the league, whole off season as the number 1 guy. I'm interested. I just wish he wasn't playing for the Falcons because I'm a big Michael Penix fan. Obviously, he's from here. Really good kid. Great family, all that stuff. But I wish him all the success in the world except against the Bucs. The Falcons are an interesting team. They're a very interesting team, but I just don't – the way they played at the end of last season was they had a chance to win the freaking division, and they shit the bed against the Panthers. In the last 2 games, they crapped the bed. They beat us, though. They beat us twice. One time we were coming off a Thursday night game against the Eagles or it was a Thursday night. We were coming off a Sunday game, going to a Thursday game where we played in 110-degree heat. And just, and I think that game went overtime, too. So I think the Bucs got something for the Falcons, especially week 1.
Revenge.
All right, if you guys have any questions about OTAs, put them in the comments. You can do that on YouTube. Just go to the JP Peterson Show YouTube page or FanStream Sports YouTube page. You can do it there. Go to our Twitter, our X account. You can do it there as well, or our Facebook account, which, damn it, Timmy, they're not even giving me the option to make it public, the feed.
Yeah, I've been running into that as well.
Yeah, so I'm sorry if you've been watching it on Facebook. For some reason, they're not giving us the option to make it public, which is like, what is the point of doing a Facebook Live if we can't make it public, people? Right, like what the F? I don't know what the hell's going on with Facebook in this deal. So we're trying to fix that, but you can always do it on YouTube and on Twitter and at fanstreamsports.com. You can catch it there as well. And on our app, you can download the app FanStream Sports and watch it there. And always on Apple and Spotify, you can listen to the show afterwards as a podcast. So please like and subscribe all over them places. All right, we're going to take a break, come back. We got more Todd Bowles, more Hassan Reddick, more really good stuff with him, and more Luke Gedicke for you. And Johnny Gerber coming up at 2:30 with his U.S. Open selections. So get your pencils ready for that as well. We're brought to you by the great folks at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. They also do AC, so get that AC tune up for the summer. They'll come in, make sure all your levels are topped off, make sure all the electrical's working well, make sure your drain is clear because that'll really screw up your unit. You don't want your unit screwed up. You want your unit in tip-top shape for the summer, right? Those beach days. So get on out there, thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC. Anything in the house mechanical, they can hook you up. Great folks over there. Back in 3. Stay with us. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com. JP here for the Gold and Diamond Source. You know, we told you about the amazing Diamond Savings Account where your diamond never loses its value. Well, now, through the end of May, the Gold and Diamond Source will double your trade-in value up to $2,500. Just bring in your jewelry to trade and your $2,500 piece turns into $5,000. It's time to upgrade that ring, earrings, whatever. We have gemologists on site to make the deal. Double your trade value up to $2,500. Get you $5,000 to spend. So go through your jewelry box and get that stuff you never wear and get something new and stylish that you're going to love. Great experience, and we will double your trade-in now till the end of May. We can finance you as well. No interest for 5 years. Only at the Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves, who lives right here and has long been a highly respected member of our community. He's a proud sponsor of the Tampa Riverwalk. Jeeves Law Group is also a proud sponsor of our Grand Central District in St. Pete and has neighborhood events throughout the year. He has an office on Central Avenue in St. Pete and one on South Howard in Tampa. You can't get more local than that. So when you need an attorney, you're going to hire some huge firm that advertises all over the state or the one that supports your favorite sports show. It's the Jeeves Law Group. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. For personal injury and personal attention, call us for a free case evaluation. That's 8889-JEEVES. That's 8889-JEEVES. Hey, Tampa Bay, it's time to get your AC unit ready for summer. And here at Third Generation Plumbing and Mechanical, we recommend getting ahead of the game, keeping your family cool before the hot summer months with one of our maintenance agreements in the hopes of avoiding the dreaded emergency service call. Our maintenance agreements include, we'll test the electrical components, check and tighten high and low voltage wire connections. We'll check the refrigerant for manufacturer's performance levels, test thermostats, calibrate if needed, clean the evaporator coil and condenser coil, and clear and treat the drain line and drain pans. Just call us at 813-961-8024 for the special rates, and a human will actually answer. 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Here as we roll on, we're trying to fix the Facebook thing. It's very fresh, very fresh. We're brought to you by the great folks at Cafe Paradiso. I need some Palotini lasagna and some chicken marsala.
Oh,
and
man.
some branzino and some salchicha. A big glass of red wine, for God's sakes. That Italian wine you could drink like water. Why is it Italian wine you can drink so much, but American wine is full of sulfites and it's just terrible.
Silly Americans.
Another thing we're terrible at.
It's a lot Bin Laden.
Did you see our soccer team last night give up the booty to Switzerland?
Pretty sure I did not even know they were playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard Colin Coward ripping into them. They gave up 4 goals in 23 minutes to Switzerland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, but Pulisic didn't play, and like 4 to 5 our regulars did not play.
Dak Prescott playing goalie for them?
Evidently. That's just awful. But we suck at everything now. America's just such trash. God. That's what happens. Years and years of ignoring meritocracy, and everybody gets a freaking trophy, and let's make everybody happy and equity for everybody. No competition can make anybody feel bad. We're going to include everyone. I'm all for inclusivity, but you got to earn it when it comes to sports. You got to earn it. You don't give it away. You got to earn it. And I'm not going down that rabbit hole right now. Make me crazy.
Participation ribbons,
I guess, is what it's all about. All right, I'm going to add a couple more things here to see if we can get some more fun stuff to you kids. All right, I want to get some more Hassan Reddick in here if I can to you folks. No, that was just a little Todd Bowles. All right, let's go a little Todd Bowles. Hear a little bit more from him because he was good today. Todd was.
Todd Ibuka got a lot of reps today too. It looks like Baker's already got a lot of confidence in him.
Well, we're getting him caught up fast. Him and Parrish are getting an awful lot of reps right now with people down and injuries, so he's getting accustomed to the system really good. He's a really smart player. He's a heady player, and he understands all the positions, so he's getting a lot of time at all of them.
Coach, what have you seen out of Roman Parody so far? Came down with another big play. Seems like he's made a couple interceptions in camp so far.
He's got a big
Roman
system.
Parody.
He's still learning the system. Some, but he's competitive and he's learning every day. And I look forward to seeing him in training camp once he has the whole system down.
Coach, thoughts on Alan Trask? A couple of beautiful deep balls. He had the same yesterday as well.
He did. He had some deep balls, especially on the outside. He showed some good touch on balls and just got to cut down on the turnovers.
Cut down on the turnovers, Trask.
Johnson there in coverage. Just your thoughts on Johnson's ability to leap up and grab the ball. I know he did it last week too.
No, we know he can get down the field. He has a lot of speed, but he's just not a speed guy. He's a very good receiver. He's a route runner. He's more than a punt returner. He actually has a chance to be a vital part of our offense if he keeps trending the way he's trending.
Todd, speaking of return game, can you talk about how the competition is going at kick return and punt return in terms of raising that level of competition with some of your newcomers, including rookies?
Catching the ball, we got to block it better. Obviously, we got to block it better, but we have guys that have punt return and kick return, so it'll be interesting to see in the preseason who actually stands out under the lights, but there's some competition there.
Cam Johnson.
Talk a little bit about some of the players in the depth positions at safety, what you're seeing from them.
I think you're getting a lot of depth from that standpoint with Wisdom coming into his second year, making some plays, but then you got JJ and you got Shiloh also coming along and learning the system and starting to get more comfortable and make some plays back there as well. And that's even with Izzy there, and you got Winfield obviously, and you got Tyke sitting there, and you got Merriweather sitting there. So we got a lot of guys. That's going to be one of the more heavily competitive spots once training camp starts.
Coach, now that you got everybody out here pretty much, who's kind of surprised you?
All right, there's Todd Bowles. He mentioned, I'm not sure if he mentioned Cam Johnson, number 19, but Cam got hurt at the end of last year, and he was kind of a big surprise of training camp last year. He's supremely talented. In year two, he has a lot of Tez Johnson in him. He's quick, he's fast, he's smooth. He's a good player, and he got a lot of run today. The quarterbacks, Trask loves throwing to him. Made a great catch on the sideline. He's really good on those crossers because he's super fast. And I think right now, from what I can tell, he's the number one kick returner. Tez says it's his job, but I think Cam's like, yeah, not so fast, my friend. So I think Cam, this wide receiver room is really, really deep. I think Cam Johnson makes this team. He's really, really good. And I think Sterling Shepard, he made a couple plays today, but also had a couple drops. I think Sterling Shepard is probably on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Baker can't save him.
Yeah, I don't think we got too many good young guys, man, that can play. These young kids can play. Now, he mentioned Trask, too. And Trask had a couple of turnovers and maybe 3 or 4 turnover-worthy plays today, a couple that were dropped. And I was talking about this with Scott Reynolds, and we'll get into this tomorrow. I don't know about Kyle Trask. I don't know. This is a Super Bowl roster, right? And I want Nick Foles waiting in the background. If Carson Wentz goes down, I want Big D Nick in the background. I want somebody who can handle it. And just like he won it, obviously, with the Eagles.
Right.
I don't know if Kyle's that guy. I just don't know. I don't see anything in practice that just says, oh, yeah, he's ready to go. Because he's constantly making mistakes, constantly making turnovers. And that's one thing you can't do as a backup quarterback. You come in, you manage the game. You can't be turning the ball over. And he made he had a couple throws today. It was like the defensive back is right there. Like, why are you throwing that ball? Throw the ball away.
And he's been in this system long enough, he should know better.
Yeah.
It's all he's ever known.
Right. And I'm not going to say that's great defense because the back, you don't throw the ball. That's a bad read. That's a bad choice. The guy's right there in the throwing lane. Don't throw the ball. And at least twice today he did that. So I don't know. I've seen, preseasons where I like, okay, he's ready to go. And then, then I see practices like today and I'm like, oh, wow, that's an awesome throw. He threw the corner out to Tez that was fantastic. And one to J-Mac, too, that were awesome. So awesome that it got a big F yeah from Baker, like 2 of them. Like, F yeah, Trask, F yeah. Except he didn't say F. Trying to keep it clean today. So he does some good things, but I just don't know if I'm comfortable handing it over to him. And he mentioned Roman Parody. You got this. Did I mention him earlier? Interesting cat. 3-star kid out of Cardinal Gibbons High School. Great football program down there in Fort Lauderdale. Went to Ohio. Ohio Bobcat. Runs a 4.2. Really good athlete. Moves really, really well. Had 3 picks last year? Had 3 picks at Ohio last year. So he's got a little bit of a nose for the ball. Super good. And I just like the way he moves. And Roman Parody. I don't know if he's going to, he's a practice squad guy, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, so that was.
So who is their Who's their current emergency third quarterback right now?
Well, Michael Pratt is their third guy, but he hadn't been out there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Bowles said something about him yesterday. So they got who's that? Basilik? Remember who's throwing it now?
Connor.
He actually throws it. Yeah. He
Connor
actually
Basilik.
throws a nice ball. He's their third stringer right now, but I know they like Pratt a lot. But he hadn't been out there. I'm not exactly sure why. So it's funny because we'll save this for tomorrow. Because I said to Scott Reynolds, I'm like, well, if Jackson Dart comes on and they get confidence in him, and obviously their starters, what's his face? Blanking on Giant starter. No, Russell Wilson. Thank you.
Russell Wilson. Sorry, my mic was off.
Jesus.
I was over here yelling, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it's Russell Wilson. So
my mic was off.
Then who's the odd man out? And this guy goes, Jameis? I'm like, yeah. He's like, no, absolutely not. We're not going to get Jameis. I'm like, would you rather have Kyle or Jameis? If Baker Mayfield goes down week 1, would you rather have Jameis Winston or Kyle Trask? I know there's Bucs fans out there. It's like, Kyle Trask. Screw Jameis Winston. I'll tell you what, if I'm New Orleans, I'm trading for Jameis Winston right away. They had no juice whatsoever, that team. And unless they want to, totally hand it over to Tyler Shook, I guess you don't want Jameis in there. But I don't know. Like, I know. I don't know. I you know who I need to ask? I need to ask Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
They would be they would be the people to ask privately, because I don't know. Privately, they might go, no, Jameis. Or they might go, yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting question. What do you think, guys? Jameis or Kyle Trask? All the Gators will line up behind Kyle Trask, and all the Knowles will line up behind Jameis Winston.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for experience, certainly it's Jameis, right?
Well, don't you want experience if you have a Super Bowl roster?
You would like it, but you might want a little better experience than Jameis Winston.
Well, I mean, give me some other names, and we'll discuss. But
I told you
yesterday,
mentioned
Tyler Huntley.
I said Tyler Huntley's out there. I would love to see Tyler Huntley on this team.
Yeah, there may be some guys let go, some veterans let go
over any of the guys on the Browns roster not named Joe Flacco.
Here's a name for you. That would never happen because it's in division. But
Tom Brady.
Kirk Cousins. Would you rather have Kirk Cousins or
they can't
Kyle
afford
Trask?
Kirk Cousins, can they?
Well, if Atlanta's going to eat some of it and they just want to get rid of him, it's a fun discussion. It's a fun discussion. But I don't know. I used to be all good with Kyle, but what I've seen lately, not so much.
Why have the Saints not made a move for?
I don't know. They might be thinking they drafted Shuck, right? Tyler Shuck. Yeah. They may be thinking that's a guy. A lot of people love that kid. I think he's really developed into what could be a really good NFL passer.
I covered him for 2 years at Texas Tech, and he just spared everybody to death.
Yeah, well, he could have grown up. He could have figured it all out.
He only played 6 years of college ball, so
hey, he's got lots of starts. I like that in my college quarterback.
I think he's 42 years old. I don't care what his transcripts say.
All right, I apologize if this is the wrong Hassan Reddit, but I'm going to try to. There's a couple more quotes I wanted to get to today.
Yes, indeed. He does have that permission, but
All right, sorry, we already played this one. My bad. All right, sorry. All right, let's try this one.
Games are the toughest ones you play.
No, sorry. I will. We just didn't have time today to do the. Thank you.
Baker got a lot of reps today.
All right, we already did that one. Okay, that's good.
Just delete the ones you already did.
And then I go back in, and they're not labeled, so I don't know which ones we've already done. So that's the problem. I think we've done those. Well, no. I think we've done. Maybe I didn't.
Shame we don't have interns to label these things for us.
Well, it's just we got so many
interns.
Well, they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it.
You don't know how to label these?
They got so many. Hold on. Let me see here. Okay, that's bowls. This is all right. This should be one right here. Hold on. This is great. This is great radio, isn't it? This is great. Ah, shut up. All right, let's try that. Let's. I don't know what the hell. It's really good stuff, but I want to get to it. It isn't.
I don't even see these in the.
I'm adding them.
I got you. Okay, that's what we're doing.
All right, let's see.
Down here in this heat now, but just how hard have you been working? We haven't seen you every day.
All right, this is new.
Extremely hard. I know how important it is to stay in shape during this time. I'll address it because before y'all do, everybody was concerned about me not showing up to OTAs, but for me, I definitely made sure to stay in shape. I think I showed that to everybody out here. I don't think it should have been a question, but just had some things to button up on as I get ready to make this transition down here, so that way once I get here, I ain't got to worry about nothing back up there.
But you've been around this group now for a couple of days, and even during the phase one. What is your impression of this young outside linebacker group?
The energy is lovely out here, man. Like you see young guys working hard. The atmosphere as far as just laughing, everybody have a good time, getting your work in. Even seeing the young guys working out at the practice. I went in and got a lift yesterday. I see a bunch of young guys in my, in my position group, and they in there getting a workout in as well. So just to see that, guys working on their craft or working to be better, I like that.
You played on some really talented teams. What do you evaluate the talent level on this team, especially up front?
Before I even got here, I knew, just a couple pieces away. I think last year, they lost in playoffs, on like a missed field goal or something like that. So just shows you like how close, you are to getting, or showing them how close they are to getting where they want to be. Coming down here, looking at the roster, knowing the pieces that was going to be here, I knew we had a solid offense, and knew that, if I got down here early enough, had a full training camp, that I could get down here and help the defense as much as needed.
Everybody has different reasons for why they go about their off seasons the way that they do. For you, training on your own, kind of what was that decision, and is that something
that's
you've done every year? Is that normal for you?
Yeah, I've been doing this for about. I have a trainer. I've been doing this for about the last 6-7 years now, and it's just been working. I've been in last year off of the little situation. Every year prior to that, it's just been working for me. So I have no problem with that. I'm a vet. Been in many defenses now. Playbook is easy to understand. For me, it's just about making sure I'm in shape. That way, when I get back, it doesn't look like I fell off anywhere.
What do you like about working on your own? Is there anything in particular that you like about that?
So he wanted to address that right away, and just he said I don't think it should have been a thing, and he's right.
But he also has to know that it was going to be a thing.
Yeah.
It was small or big and whatever. It was going to be a thing.
But I think he was, and he made the point there that everybody knew what I was doing, and I have good communication with the team, and the team had no problem with it whatsoever.
Yeah,
and this is why. And when you see the guy, when you meet the guy, you understand that, there are certain guys that you got to hold their hand, and if they don't show up, you worry, right? Yeah. And there are certain guys where you're just like, kind of like with your kids. You got some kids are like, right, that one needs to be spoon fed, and there's other ones you just know they're going to figure it out on their own, right? And you trust them. So yeah, he's good. He's good. And you understand that he's a professional. He knows how to keep himself in shape, and because he understands that this is his job. This is his job. His body is his job. And he's got, about $120 million on the line. If he can have a great year, that he has a chance to sign a next contract that could be, generational changing money. He's making $14 million this year. That ain't chump change, but it's about $20 million less than some of these other edge rushers are getting. So listen, they got to steal with this guy. They got to steal with this guy. And he looked around, and like he said, I looked around the rooms. I looked at these different places to go, and the Bucs are where he wanted to be. The Bucs are where he wanted to be, and because of this roster. I get to rush next to Vita Vea. Let me put that film on and see what he's doing to guards, and tackles. Because Vita Vea's, he's just bull rushing guys and pushing that guard back into the pocket. And with Hassan coming around the edge, there's no room for that guy to step up. Because you know how many sacks these outside edge guys lose when the quarterbacks step up into that little crease where the guard is between the guard and the tackle who goes outside. Well, guess what? When Vita Vea's next to you, there is no crease. And most of them are right-handed quarterbacks, so they like to step up to the right? And there's nowhere to go except into the waiting arms of Hassan Reddick and his double-digit sacks that he's going to get. I just can't tell you enough how, after meeting this cat and watching him for 2 days, how excited I am about him being part of this team. It's a total game changer. If you missed the earlier part of the show, think JPP and Ndamukong Suh. That's the type of impact this cat can have. So, good stuff. All right. Do we have any more that we wanted to get to? It's a couple more bowls, but I won't bore you with those. All right, we got to take one more break, and when we come back, Johnny Gerber is on deck with his U.S. Open selections. I know who's going to win. I know exactly who's going to win. Oakmont. That's who's winning this week. And Oakmont is minus 500 to piss everybody off. That's what I'm saying. All right, we are brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. June means moonsight is one of the birthstones, and pearl and amethyst. And pearl is the gift for a 30th anniversary. So if you've come up on a 30th anniversary, God bless you. God bless you, my friend. Tim thinks you are the superhero of the world if you've done 30 years with one woman, and so do I.
Impossible.
She deserves a pearl necklace. 100%. So go to the Gold and Diamond Source and get her a pearl necklace, a real necklace. 3800 Almerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com. Back in 3 with the great
Ciao,
Sonny.
Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted #3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite. I love it. So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Going through a medical emergency without health care insurance can cause you to go into crippling debt. In most scenarios, people are forced to either break into their retirement funds or worse, they're forced to file for bankruptcy. The sad truth is that health care insurance is crucial in today's day and age. Look, I get it. Many of you think you're never going to get sick and health insurance is really expensive. Well, we can help you out with that. Depending on your income, we can find great plans and huge discounts. God forbid you get cancer, a car accident. It could literally ruin you financially for life. So make the call and find out. Even though the open enrollment period is over, you may have some qualifying life events that can help you get covered right away. It can be very complicated, a very intimidating process, but we can help. Go to our website and check out all the 5-star reviews about our helpful agents. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. It's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. as well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there. JP here for my friend Jason Fawcett, owner of On-Site Construction. They do residential and commercial renovations and new construction. As a leading home builder and general contractor, On-Site Construction prides itself on transforming homes through superior craftsmanship, dedication to client vision, and an unmatched commitment to quality and service. It's about building relationships. We take the time to understand our clients' needs, preferences, and budgets so that we can deliver a personalized experience tailored to their unique vision. From the initial designs to the final touches, we're there every step of the way, ensuring that the end result mirrors your vision. Here are some testimonials from happy customers. G. Gibson says, no hidden costs, very honest, reliable, creative, and communicates well. Reasonable and fair with their pricing, no hidden costs. C. Smith said, did not disappoint. I'm very happy with the work. This company really cares and will take care of it. So if you're just thinking about building or renovating, give us a call and let's see what's possible. 813-579-5789 or check out our website at onsiteconstructionfl.com.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVES lawgroup.com. They're local, they're trusted, and they get results. OnSiteConstructionFL.com and Riveters. Don't forget, we will be there tomorrow. Not only will we be there, but the great John Gerber, PGA Pro. Yes, ladies, you've asked for it, and we deliver. Mr. Great Salad. Bring him up. Let's bring him on. That's loud, Tim. That's really loud. There he is.
What's happening, fellas?
You'll see this handsome lad,
Gani Gerber,
person at Riveters tomorrow. Along with,
are they going to let me in? They might not let me in. I'm praying that they're going to let me in. I mean,
you're bringing all the swag, aren't you? You're bringing the swag.
I got a bunch of T-shirts, a couple hats, but we got a bunch of T-shirts to give away.
Right.
Some really cool colors. We got some navy, some dark green, some black. So we're
wearing the gray today. I was wearing
looks good.
Something light for practice today.
I didn't know they were form fitting, JP. I just you pull it off well, buddy. So that it looks good on you.
You sent me a medium. I put it on.
Yeah, they don't look like that on me.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't. But
that's because I don't drink a bottle of Fireball every day during the show.
Well, you should.
Maybe I should.
This is what you're going to need this week to look as fit as JP to get out of this rough that they are dealing with.
Oh my God!
At Oakmont. Hey, listen. I think I have black eyes, or I'm something going on, because I am just getting I'm making a lot of calls and sending a lot of texts to guys who are on the grounds there, and they are saying that there's never been, for the last 25 years, a U.S. Open that has set up rough like this.
Wow,
that's what that is.
And Oakmont's already ridiculously hard.
It is. Here's people ask me all the time, have you played there? I've played there twice, and I've been very fortunate to been asked to play a lot, and I refuse. I turn it down, and here's why. It's kind of like this happens to Tim all the time, JP. You ever done something that like the next day or that night you just really regret it and you feel so bad about yourself?
Yeah. Every day.
He does it every day. I don't do it that often, but when you get done playing Oakmont, that is what you feel like.
You try in life not to make the same mistake twice, right?
That's why I've only played there twice, and I had to see if I wanted to see if I felt as bad the second time as I did the first time playing.
That's fair. Yeah.
And I felt worse. And I felt worse. This is how hard it is. Yeah. And this wasn't even US Open conditions.
Right.
That's how difficult it is.
Well, Rory played there last week or something, or earlier, and shot 81.
I think he played there Monday or Tuesday and shot 81. So yeah, and
well, we certainly know he wasn't playing over the weekend.
Right. This has the potential to be one of the greatest, or one of the big, or it could be probably both, one of the greatest and one of the biggest train wrecks that could potentially happen to a winner or somebody in the tournament. Over par, it would shock me to death if under par wins this golf tournament. It would shock me.
So what kind of mindset does it take to win a golf tournament like this? Because here's the deal. If you hit it in the rough and you just can't find it, so what are they telling you? Hit an iron off the tee? Like, well, no, you better hit something straight. Don't even take out the driver.
No, and they've opened the fairways a little bit, but I don't know if you've been to Pittsburgh that much, but Pittsburgh has some terrain. I mean, it's moving. I mean, it's up and down. It's a hilly golf course, and it's just not hilly from front to back. It has sides, and it's going to play a little softer. They might get some rain there this week than it normally is, but that's only going to grow the rough. They're not going to cut the rough anymore. The rough they're done cutting the rough. But it's just the green complexes coming out of the fairway are hard enough. And then you're trying to come out of rough where you can't stop it to where it's just impossible. And I'll say this, the winner, whoever it may be, will not go without a 3-putt. It just won't. It won't. They won't go without at least one 3-putt. And I'll say this. I was looking for a bet. It's a funny bet. I had a bet with my friend. The over and under on you hear on TV how many guys cuss. That's how frustrating. You can bet the over and whatever it is, you bet the over.
Just bet the over,
right? Yeah. That's just how. I mean, just how frustrating these guys are going to be when it comes to that. And like I said, I don't foresee the mindset. You just have to take it. That's all it is. You just have to put a muzzle in your mouth and just take it and just say thank you.
Laugh about it.
Thank you, sir. I have another because that's. And
that's going to be key to winning.
It's it.
So you're saying there's not going to be a lot of bogey-free rounds here?
There's not going to. I don't think there's going to be one bogey-free round.
No,
to be honest with you,
no, you can't do it.
I mean, I just don't see it. And like I said, one time a year, this is awesome. Like it really is, and I like this type. And here's the thing about Oakmont: they're not tricking it up. It's just hard. They're not doing what they did at Pinehurst or what they did at Shinnecock, where it got very close to the edge and probably went over the edge, and they tricked it up with pin positions and they made it really tricky to make it difficult. That's not what they're doing here. It's just hard. The rough is just going to play that big, thick bluegrass rough that they have up north, and
you just can't advance. Even if you find it, you can't advance it. And it's not going to stay on the green.
And I'll tell you a funny stat. It's not in the betting. They hired 500 extra volunteers for this tournament for spotters.
For spotters.
That's it. For spotters. Yeah. So it is just telling you how difficult this is going to be. And Jack always used to say the quote, and especially he framed it towards the U.S. Open, is you hear so many guys will complain, and he says, "Hey, that's fine with me because I hear the guys that complain. I knew I could beat him already before we
He's already done.
Up.
He beat himself.
He's already done.
Mentally,
so you're right, JP. The mentality that you have to have is just the acceptance of it. And we'll see who. And I heard a great quote from Bodenheim, who set up the golf course. He said, this week, guys will have 15 clubs in their bag. And I'm like, 15 clubs? You're only allowed to have 14. He said, yeah, the 15th club is going to be your mind.
Yeah.
This week. And that's how they want to set it up. And that's how they set it up.
All right, let's get to the card. See what we got and why. You got some mentally strong people on this card, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the card,
the guy on the right,
the swing. Which one? Yeah,
far right with the swing.
Yeah. He's definitely done before he even pulls in the parking lot. Okay. I promise you that.
He already quit after 2 rounds.
He's done.
He quit.
Yeah.
Right.
And I told somebody the other day. Somebody asked me why didn't I try to qualify for the U.S. Open. I said I don't want to play there. I have no interest in. I've done it twice. I have no interest. But hey, listen, we almost had another hit last week with Sam Burns. Unfortunately, lost in a play. I mean, we were really close. So uncharacteristic of Sam. I liked him going into this week, but one of the keys here, and it seems like
hold on before we get into it, I got to ask this question on Sam Burns.
Okay,
did he push out? Should he have hit 3-wood earlier in the pillow fight playoff? He waited. No. Well, what?
No.
Because somebody to have some balls to hit the 3-wood from the fairway because they had multiple opportunities.
Well, the wind died down, and you got to realize it got cooler, and the wind was more into their face the first few times that they did. Sam Burns just missed a 5-footer on the very first playoff hole to lose.
Right.
That's just. I mean,
Well, he could have gone for the green come on. All right.
No, he didn't like that shot. I mean, if you look at it, he had 258 the very first time playing almost 280 over a pond in the cool weather. He wasn't going to do that. I mean, he's a smart enough guy. And then uncharacteristic of Sam Burns, he 3-putts, which he's one of the best lag putters on the PGA Tour. So I liked him going into this week for that fact of, you're going to have to be a really good putter, but you're going to have to be even a better lag putter this week because that's just how difficult it is.
Right.
And I don't like Scotty this week just because of that. I mean, we're not going to pick him on our card because there's just no value, but if there's any flaw to his game, which there's probably not, his worst flaw is he's not a great lag putter. So, take that as it is, but I like these guys who have really good temperament. I mean, Ludwig Oberg at 25-1 is our first pick, and you couldn't tell if that guy's shooting 85 or 60, right? And that's what you really have to have. I'm just a little concerned with him in terms of how healthy is he still? Does he still have that lingering injury? But he played a couple really solid rounds at Memorial when the conditions were similar to what we're going to have here. Played a little bit softer, but at 25-1, there's great value, and I like him. Shane Lowry. I mean, is it Shane Lowry time? 30-1. He finished third here in 2016 when DJ won, and he has the great mentality. He said this is one of his favorite golf courses in the world, and it plays more like a links golf course more so than it does a normal 100-year-old traditional type of U.S. Open with super tree line.
But Shane's a hothead. He's talk about cussing. His F-bomb meter is going to be over 75 each day.
Well, I really think that I agree with you 100%, but I think this losing the 3 or 4 times that he's had to lead going into the last round is really going to help him. And he loves the place. Like, he's the guy that's taking this on of, man, I love this place. I don't care how hard it is. This is one of my favorite places in the world.
We'll see what he says come Thursday night.
Finishing third going in there in 2016 is going to help him a lot. And he's creative, right? He can move the ball, and that's what you really have to have at Oakmont. You have to be very creative, especially with your short game, and he has that. He really does. And I think he's playing with Rory the first couple of rounds. I think he's tired of Rory getting all the rah-rah. And I really think this is his time. I think he learned from the beginning of the year 3 or 4 times to win. I think this is his time to have a great opportunity to win. Whether he does or not, we'll see.
All right.
35-1 Sepp Straka. I mean, one of the best ball strikers this year. He's played really solid. I don't think he's going to make a lot of mistakes. This is a golf course that you have to be long, but length is not going to be the number one factor why these guys win. Long and wrong is bad here. Shorter and straight is a really key. Sepp Straka, middle of the pack in distance. He's not short by any means, but I think he's going to be able to keep in front of it. And I think the success that he's had already in the spring, giving him a lot of confidence. If you ask me this time last year, would he have a chance to win a major? I would say no. But I think with the success and the confidence he's had getting ready for that Ryder Cup, I think there's good value there at 35-1. I love this guy. 65-1 Harris English. Harris English, I don't know if he's ever finished out of the top 20 in the U.S. Open. He is built for a U.S. Open. This guy hits it straight. He hits it far. And you talk about a guy that has a temperament for a U.S. Open. You're not going to see Harris English drop an F-bomb like Shane Lowry. You're just not. It's just not in his demeanor. And I think he can plot his way around the golf course. He put a 2-iron in his bag this week to hit some of these fairways. He can shape it. He can hit it high. He can hit it low. So 65-1 at Harris English. I love it in this spot for our long shot ham sandwich pick this week. These 2 spots are really interesting to me. 2 top 10s. Denny McCarthy at plus 1,100 and Tom Hoge plus 1,400. Now, if you look at Denny McCarthy, he really hasn't had a great year, but you look at a U.S. Open, and putting is going to be a main factor. And you look at the best putter in the world, he's not the longest guy in the world, but if he can keep it in front of him and he doesn't trip over himself, get it on the green, I'll take the best putter in the world at plus 1,100 to finish in the top 10. I don't think he can win the U.S. Open as his first win. I just don't think he's there yet, but I think he can certainly stay there and finish in that top 10. And you kind of look at the other side of the coin as Tom Hoge, one of the best ball strikers on the PGA Tour, getting him at plus 1,400, coming off 2 really good weeks. And I think his ball striking is going to be key. He's not going to be up and down like a Shane Lowry. It's a great point, JP. I think he's going to be even keeled. He might backdoor that top 10. Watch for a guy that can kind of backdoor, not make a lot of mistakes. But to get him at 1,400 to finish in the top 10, I love it. I love that number. And 2 top 20s, Keegan Bradley at plus 230 and Jason Day plus 300. Keegan Bradley's just he's going to grind the dimples off that golf ball. You know, he's not going to quit. And if there's a perfect tournament for him, I think this one and then the British Open coming up in a couple weeks, I think he's got this little stretch of 2 or 3 weeks that he's got to really play well, and then he's going to focus on the Ryder Cup. So I think this is a good week for Keegan finishing in that top 20. I think he hits it long enough, and I think he can maneuver his way around this place to get in that top 20 spot. And Jason Day, I mean, he finished in the top 15 last time he was here in 2016. He lives in Ohio. He's used to this type of grass. And I know at his place in Columbus, he let the rough grow to 6 or 7 inches where he practices at his home. It's weird to get ready for this week, knowing that little short drive over from Columbus to Pittsburgh, he's been prepping for this. And he likes the place. He does. He for whatever reason, he will thrive on this, and he's been practicing in these conditions. And to get him at plus 300 to finish in the top 20, I like him in that spot.
All right. There's your card. Had another good week last week. You going to be doing matchups this weekend?
Yeah, we should if we like them. We were 1-0 in matchups this past weekend at the Canadian Open, so our record for the year is 34 wins, 8 losses, and 4 ties for our matchup. And even after a little rough patch, we're still plus $4,710 net profit for the year. We would have had a great week last week. We did cash in on Alex Smalley to finish in the top 20. And it'd have been a great week if Sam Burns could have just been like Sam Burns and not 3-putted the last hole. So, yeah, we're still on the good profit side. We're hitting a good little stretch here. I like this week. I like the next couple weeks as we go on. But I'm really I'm as excited about this U.S. Open just because of the difficulty of it. This is the common man's golf tournament. People are going to be watching, sitting on the couch and saying, man, I can do that. Listen, I fluffed it from the rough. And you're going to see a lot of people. It wouldn't surprise me if there was a 90 shot. Someone shot 90. Yeah, I'm being serious. I mean, and I mean, it's not a PGA Tour, man. All these guys aren't tour players. I mean, you got Dennis playing, you got amateurs playing, you got guys.
A lot of amateurs playing. Yeah,
never played in this.
Did Jackson
get in? Did Jackson Serber get in?
Jackson, I don't know. He was on a leaderboard last week.
I think he got in. I think he's playing. So that would be interesting to see once he finishes up and he gets back to Tampa, some of what his thoughts. I hope he has a good week. I watched him last week. He had a first couple good rounds.
How did he finish?
He made the cut, but I think he finished like T40th or something like that. Kind of fell down. But
nice check.
Yeah, that's a good to talk to maybe a guy like that who went through that experience. And it might take him a few days when he's finishing up because he's going to feel that bad about himself like everybody else.
I don't see him on the plane.
Okay, maybe he didn't get in then. But some of these guys
are going to be made the cut famously. Remember when John Rahm pulled out and he got in the featured group and made the cut? It was freaking unbelievable. But this year, guess not. Now you'll be here tomorrow. You're bringing the swag, so we'll see you at Riveters, right?
5 to 7. Yeah, it's going to be fun doing the show with you. And
chauffeured limousine will pull up. What about 5 o'clock with you in it?
If the Kia is the new limousines and as a rental car, that sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Well, Scott said he's got to drop off his brother-in-law or something at the airport. So maybe you guys can,
Yeah, I think I get in at like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or something like that in the afternoon. So I'll check in the hotel and then, I'll get ready. I'll be at Rivers. I'll be pre-gaming a little bit. I know a couple good spots there by the hotel that I
make sure there's plenty of blueberry vodka at Riveters tomorrow.
I know. Well, you'll be pre-gaming.
Yeah. I can't say it. It's by the hotel, but so I'll just until they become a sponsor of ours, we're not going to say that on there.
Place with a spaceship.
Damn right. All right, partner. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on. See you guys tomorrow.
He's bringing swag. Johnny's bringing swag. All right, good stuff. All right, let's get one more break in. We'll come back. We'll finish things up. A couple other notes on the national front to see what's going. DeChambeau. I should ask him about DeChambeau.
Nobody cares about Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh, my God. That's so mean. All right. We are brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Get that flood insurance before you get flooded. And make sure you have enough insurance. Your home is properly insured. 40% of Floridians are underinsured in their home. So find out if you are. ItalianoInsurance.com will do that for you. All right. We will wrap up day 2 OTAs with a little bit more Todd Bowles for you when we come back. Stay with us. Hey, are you tired and broke from going to those overpriced sports bars with $18 martinis and $20 burgers? Well, head over to Riveters, now the official sports bar and grill of the J.P. Peterson Show. I love the atmosphere. It's uniquely nostalgic American, recalling the days of Rosie the Riveter. The staff is incredibly friendly and welcoming in a laid-back, casual indoor-outdoor setting. And check out the reviews, and you'll hear this. Best Reuben sandwich ever. Amazing wings, burgers, and prime rib. The welcome you get when you walk in is incredible. The staff will call you by name. You're not just customers. You're really part of the family. So go say hello to Maha, Taylor, Serena, May, Courtney, Jamie, Christina, Lauren. Tell them JP sent you. This is a real sports bar, and we love our home teams. And they're playing the games on the TVs all the time. You won't have to ask to put the Lightning, the Rays, the Bucs, or the Rowdies on. They do the UFC fights for free, no cover. Big screens and TVs everywhere. It's the place to watch sports in Tampa. Great fresh food, amazing staff, great drinks, insane happy hour, 3 to 7 every day. Race season is here, so make sure you stop by Riveters before or after the game. It's just north of 275 on Dale Mabry, just south of Steinbrenner Field. See you at Riveters. JP here for the Gold and Diamond Source. You know, we told you about the amazing Diamond Savings Account where your diamond never loses its value. Well, now, through the end of May, the Gold and Diamond Source will double your trade-in value up to $2,500. Just bring in your jewelry to trade, and your $2,500 piece turns into $5,000. It's time to upgrade that ring, earrings, whatever. We have gemologists on site to make the deal. Double your trade value up to $2,500. Gets you $5,000 to spend. So go through your jewelry box and get that stuff you never wear and get something new and stylish that you're going to love. Great experience, and we will double your trade-in now till the end of May. We can finance you as well. No interest for 5 years. Only at the Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at goldanddiamond.com. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Spring means a time of renewal and Rays baseball, and the folks at Italiano Insurance want to welcome the Rays to Tampa and remind you it's time to renew those insurance policies with the now famous Italiano Insurance Checkup. Let the experienced and friendly agents shop your policy for the best price and coverage. Famous for saving me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year and over $500 on our homeowners. Now that's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Costs less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a big whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with the all-star agents at Italiano Insurance. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Rays!
Let's go! Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show on this hump day. Brought to you by OnSiteConstructionFL.com. Go to the website, contact them, get your free consultation with Jason. He'll come out to your house. Say, you know what? We could do this for you. Give you some great ideas. Go to their website, OnSiteConstructionFL.com. See some of the great pictures of their work. Over 20 years in the business, 5-star reviews. Get a contractor who is honest and does fantastic work. They're hard to find. So get on the list in case a hurricane comes. You'll be on their list if you get their free consultation. OnSiteConstructionFL.com. All right. So this has to be my favorite story of the day.
All right.
Have you heard of the enhanced games?
No.
Of course, where would they be hosting athletic competition where PEDs are encouraged? Vegas, baby. Vegas, baby. So this is supposed to go on next year.
Wow.
Organizers of the game scheduled the enhanced game scheduled for next year, next May, promised $1 million bonuses to beat world record times by athletes who will be encouraged to use performance-enhancing drugs under medical supervision.
Huh.
I'm fascinated by this.
Legal juicing.
Yeah, so WADA, of course, is going bananas. The worldwide body that is supposed to be anti-doping. They said there's something that has to be explored from the legal perspective. I cannot imagine, for instance, doctors giving the drugs to the athletes. It is completely against the values of their work. It's okay to give them pharmaceutical drugs and vaccines that will kill them, but we can't have any performance-enhancing drugs.
That's incredible.
I'm not, encouraging uses of PEDs, but for these people to say, oh, the doctor should not be handing out performance-enhancing drugs with the crap that they hand out under big pharma, please.
Yeah.
Please. The USADA's chief executive, Travis Tigert, says Banca's indignation equals his misinformation of ignorance on how free democratic societies and markets worked. So he's saying that they should not be targeting these people. The main thing is the event is going to be located in the U.S., so I think there's a strong role to be played by the U.S. anti-doping agency, says Banca, whose Montreal-based organization has long had a troubled relationship with the American agency. You got all these anti-doping agencies, the world's, the United States, and they all seem to be fighting each other all the time.
Yeah.
And it's hard to stay in front of it. The doping back project was very embarrassing for the U.S., Banca suggested, given its proximity to the 2028 Olympics. Swimming's governing body, World Aquatics, said last week it will ban athletes, coaches, and officials who take part in the enhanced games. Am I weird for wanting to see the enhanced games?
Like, what do you think it's going to be? This, I
don't know, three-legged runners, four-eyed swimmers? I don't know. Could be weird.
They're all mutants.
Yeah, I'm not on steroids. Everybody be fighting on the podium because they're all on roids. Be roided up. I don't know.
Imagine all the back acne.
A lot of back acne. We'll see. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of women with very deep voices.
Yeah, hairy arms.
My name is Holger. I'm a swimmer from East Germany. Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. But I'm here. I'm kind of here for it, to be quite honest.
Need to get credentials to this.
We do, absolutely. Like they'll be wanting lots of media, right? They'll be rolling out the red carpet for media, right? They give us some free hotel rooms in Vegas if we go cover this.
Oh,
I say we live from Vegas for the enhanced games. Hell yeah! What do you guys want to see?
Is that the official title?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, the global watchdog of this says when shut down the drug-fueled enhanced games planned in Las Vegas next year.
That's crazy.
I think I've literally joked on this very show about we should have an all steroids Olympics games where we just encourage people to take PEDs and see what happens. I'm telling you, I'm a man before my time. I invent these things and I say, and they come true. They come true. My great ideas.
Reminds me of the old SNL sketch where they were covering the Russian or German, maybe they were weightlifters, and the guy lifts up and his arms come out of the socket.
Yes. And the blood comes out.
Yeah.
Blood's burning everywhere. Yes. These enhanced games.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I'm for it. I'm actually for it. All right. Rays and Red Sox again tonight. The rubber match. It's going to be Zach Littell against Walker Buehler in his 5.13 ERA. So advantage Rays. Do we have a lineup yet? Do we have a lineup? Is Christian Morel in the lineup? As I'm boycotting the game if Morel is in the lineup. We're going to put him fifth. Why not put him third tonight? Fifth worked out so well last night. Let's put him right in the meat, right third. He should be batting third tonight. Let's get Yandy Diaz the lead off.
We've got the Bo Sox lineup. I don't have the Rays.
Okay. All right. All right. That'll do it for us today. Don't forget, tomorrow we have our enhanced show. The enhanced JP Peterson show tomorrow, featuring Johnny Gerber and Scott Reynolds. It'll definitely be an enhanced hair day.
Yes, it will.
Be an enhanced hair day for sure. Maybe I'll just shave it off for tomorrow. I'll go full Tim Ham tomorrow. Shave it off.
It'll grow back.
So come on out and join us 5 to 7 happy hour, and we're giving away 2 front row tickets to a Rays game. Not sure which game it is, but it'll be going. Doesn't matter. Front row tickets.
Yeah.
To a Rays game. We'll be giving them away, and plus all kinds of swag as well. Come out for the great happy hour, the great staff, the great everything. We're gonna have a ball. We're gonna watch the U.S. Open. We're gonna watch the hockey game as well. So come on out and join us from 5 to 7 tomorrow night. We'd love to see you. Have a great day, everybody. Go Rays.
Thank you.